So apparently I'm pissing off Steve and his moderator goons because, every time I try to post using a proxy, oh, they get banned. They say, oh, you're a shithead, oh, nope.jpg, oh, or some other forced meme, and they're like restricted to meta because they think I'm a dog and they can tell me where I can sit, where I can go, what I can do. I'm not allowed on the couch of certain forums or in certain rooms. They dictate where Jim Profit can, socialize and communicate. So I was like, you want to play this fucking game? Fine. Whenever I see a topic I would respond to, I respond to it anyway. I just do it on meta. I just would take a link to the topic, link to it, that way you know what I'm talking about, and post anyway. If they're going to play this game where I can only post at meta, then the entire board is going to come to meta rather than me go to that specific board. And so they started deleting my topics and, banning me again and shit like that. This is a civil rights issue. If they believe that they can do this without any rancor, any accountability, then you, as the members, have the right to do whatever you want to them. When the Finland people were raiding them, when they get DDoS'd and things like that, you have legal and moral right to do it. In fact, you should probably do it more. Because if the law refuses to intervene in their abuse and their harassment and their thuggery, then why would they intervene with you? See, they have established this culture where they think that you are held accountable for everything. Oh, everything is your fault. You're the troll. You're the problem. You're the trip fag. You're everything. You're shit. That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that you have no rights, that you have no dignity, you have no self-respect, you have nothing to say, nothing to contribute, and that they make all the rules and you better abide by them or else. Or else what? Start DDoSing them. That is my command to my fans. Start DDoSing them and fucking see where that goes. Because if they want to play this Wild West game where, they're the sheriff in town and, they can do whatever they want, then you can do whatever you want. If the law says otherwise, then bring it to their attention that these website administrators are responsible for it. That if someone commits suicide like that kid did, the administrator is responsible because they had every means available to stop it from happening. If they can ban you or me or anybody else, they can delete the topics that egg on kids to kill themselves. They can ban the people that are actually doing illegal content, posting child pornography, what have you. If these are your excuses for moderators, then fucking act on it. Fucking work on the child pornographers and, the internet bullies, getting kids to commit suicide and shit. Don't be treading upon me. I have nothing to do with that. And I will not stand here and let you push me around and treat me like fucking garbage while you proclaim that this is about order and this is their property and blah blah blah. If they want to act like a dictator, they need to be brought down like a dictator. I stand by what I say, that they are terrorists and they're bullies and thugs and criminals. And there is no way that any court or any law enforcement would side with them if you bring the issue up. But in order to bring it up, you have to invoke a situation. You have to invoke a situation that gets law enforcement's attention, and DDoSing might just be the way to do it. Because, they always say, oh, it's hacking, oh, it's this, it's that, and let them go to court about it. Let them drag us all to court and fucking talk about how we DDoS their website and why we did it. That's what we need to do. Because these people are not going to listen to reason. They do not respect you as a human being. They don't care. They think they can do whatever they want. They think they can censor you, they can silence you, they can intimidate you, and you just can't put up with it. I personally don't know how to DDoS or any of that shit. I'm not a hacker. I'm not a computer engineer. I'm not a graphics designer. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But what I do know is principles. What I do know is morality. And to all those people out there, all those Anonymous' Legion bullshit artists, this is the fight you need to be fighting. You don't need to be, attacking freaking Scientology or, whatever, even Stormfront. Fuck Stormfront. You need to be attacking the core of the internet. You need to be attacking these people that think that they can control the environment and that they can control the state of mind of the population of the internet. You talk about freedom, you talk about anonymity, and you talk about how we have a right to our privacy and to our persons. Then why aren't you attacking these people? You're attacking the wrong target. If you are using your hacking abilities to, just belittle and disrupt these random sites, I don't encourage people to hack, some bank or some company like McDonald's or some shit and put people's jobs in danger. I don't want there to be more unemployment and, more chaos. What I want is fucking principles. What I want is the rights of every human being accounted for and taken into consideration. We have a freedom of speech. It is in the Constitution. It is in every constitution of the world. It is not something that exists in just America or in a first world country. In nearly every nation there is some extent to human rights, and property is not one of them. Property is not something that you can just abuse however you want. You can't use your car to run over people. You can't use your house to kidnap people inside of it and keep them there because it's your house. Therefore, you cannot use your forum to silence opposition or to just bully someone you don't like. That's not how it works. And I don't do this because I care that much about the forum itself. You think I give a shit? No. I can post at lots of places. Well, I say in theory I can post at a lot of places, because I get banned quite often. And it shouldn't be that way. There's no reason for it. I'm not harming you by talking, but you're harming me by stopping me from talking. You're infringing on my rights, you're infringing on my friends' rights, because they have to suffer for the consequences when they can't talk to me. So, something needs to be done about that. I'm not going to give you a direct idea of what, because I don't know. I'm merely throwing thoughts out there. I am merely speculating upon what we need to do. We need to get the public's attention. That's all I'm trying to say. And I use DDoSing as an example, but even that I don't know for sure, because let's face it, 4chan gets DDoS like every other week, and nobody seems to care. 4chan doesn't seem to care. It doesn't seem to stop their site from just coming right back up. So maybe that doesn't work. Maybe that's not really the answer. But what I'm saying is you have to organize and you have to do something. Don't be afraid of what they say. Don't be afraid of what they think. Don't be afraid of the so-called laws of property ownership and how your hacking them would be akin to arson. That's not true. That's not how any of this shit works. The worst they could possibly do to you is sue you for damages, which would require that they prove it was you, and it would require that they, actually go to court and settle this, and then they have to bring up all the other shit. Because if they sue you, that means they have to put themselves on the line. That means they have to stick their own neck out and explain to a jury all the shit they do, all the crap that goes on the forum, and why they had to target specifically this guy over here or this girl over there and explain that shit. Do you think Steve is willing to explain in court why white supremacists can spew their hatred all over the place, why they can talk about the Jews and the blacks and the Hispanics, and how moderators can pull such bullshit, and how a child can publicly put a gun to his head and blow his brains out on live chat, and nothing is done about it? There is no crime there, there is no moral quandary there, but you can't DDoS them. That's impossible. There is no way that would hold up anywhere. That's just irrational. So, do what you gotta do. You know, I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do. I am merely suggesting. And, you know, that way they can't say, oh, well, Jim Prophet's the leader of this resistance or some shit. I'm not anonymous. I'm not any group. I'm just giving you my thoughts. And that is my right to do. It is my right to share my thoughts with the world. It is my right to share my thoughts with other people. And if they're willing to listen, hey, that's just all the better. We talk, we converse, we share, we grow, we form bonds, we become friends. That's how it works in the world. It doesn't work where some medium gets to dictate everything and tell who can converse with who, and some people can't converse at all, or all this bullshit. It's all bullshit, and I'm sick of it. That's all I have to say.